People, we're back. 12th man, we're live. Big up to all of you. The Arsenal Roundabout is back. We've got an elite panel. We've got some people still to join us as well. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you're following OK Jersey. The World Cup shirts are out, people. Make sure you use the code 12man. You can get any shirt, any name, any number on the back. Make sure you're showing them some love. They've got the Arsenal jerseys, they've got retro jerseys, and they've got any World Cup shirt that you want. It's out now. So go click on the link in the description, or I've pinned it into the live chat of this show as well. So make sure you click on that. Use the code 12man. You'll get 8% off. I've got an elite panel. Gunali's in the house. We've got Albert. We've got AO back on the show. And we've got Tony Claude, who was having some Wi-Fi issues, but hopefully he's with us and he can hear us. Tony, can you hear us now? No. I'll take that as a no. Listen, big up to everyone that is here. Tonight's a little bit different, man. We're going to get a couple of different people on and hear a couple of different opinions because, look, everyone's come onto the show before. We know how it works here, right? It's all about debate. It's all about healthy debate, and everyone's opinions are valid. What I will do is I will chuck some questions up on the screen, and we're going to debate them. And I'm going to throw this one to Albert to start off because it's about his boy, Victor Gyokeres. Will we see the best of Victor Gyokeres from now until the end of the season? Now, I think he's been really good in the last few games. For me, it was easily his best game against Spurs. I thought he was exceptional. I thought in everything that he did, Albert, it was the Victor Gyokeres I was praying we had signed. And I do feel now like that is all he needed to get a little bit of confidence. He's got no more excuses now to go on a bit of a run and start to continue to see the form that we've seen. Do you think we'll now see from 2026 the best of Victor Gyokeres moving forward? He's the top scorer in 2026 with 8 goals. He's got 15 in all competitions now, and that's a lot better than some people are giving him credit for. What are you saying, bruv?
Yeah, Dan, you asked me a similar question probably not even a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I think I said to you, I'm not sure. But that's a short answer at the beginning. But no, listen, I said to you before in regards to Victor, sort of getting onto the question you asked. When you come to this league, Dan, it's hard, man. Like the Premier League's been going on a long time. Some players have come over and hit the ground running. Some players have come over and struggled. We've had legends play for this football club who struggled when they came over. The physicality, the style of play, either or combine both. So I said to you my thoughts in regards to Willie. Is he going to kick on? Dan, look, we're in the crunch time of the season. I still don't say it's squeaky bum time, but he's come good at the right time. But in order for him to come good at the right time, Dan, the supply line needs to be quicker. And not just to be quicker in terms of the ball going forward. The ball sometimes just needs to go forward. I mean, the prime example, if we're talking about the game just gone against Spurs, that's kind of Victor Gyokeres in a nutshell. You know, the first goal against Leeds earlier in the season, and when Declan Rice gave him that ball in the first half, and he's cut in and taken the shot in one movement. That's kind of your typical Victor of what you've seen and what we saw before he came to the club. And I'll say this, Dan. What I've done a few watch-alongs on your channel, and it's kind of been a running theme with Victor. It's like there's so much stuff that goes on in the game, and a prime example was the first half against Spurs. It's actually my best watch-along, not just because we won, but just because there was something to talk about. It's an enjoyable game to watch, kind of thing. But some of the people in the chat was going on about the first touch, and I'm like, do you see what happened in the first half? Did you see Trossard's touch in the first half, for example? He was all over the place, but like just focus on more of what he's doing. Because I actually thought he did well in the first half, Dan, and his build-up play stroke link-up play is getting better in some of the games I've seen of recent time. He's a strong boy, strong runner. Dan, I say this, and I don't say it lightly. People can talk about the quality of other leagues in this country. Across Europe in terms of the depth and how strong it is, but you don't score that level of goals. And to chuck in on top of that, Dan, the 2 goals, for example, the 2 goals he scored on Sunday, that's someone that knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. You don't score them kind of goals by accident. So I think confidence-wise is going to be massive for him. Like I said, they're getting the ball more. They're getting the ball to him quicker, and it's going forward. Like that's how you're going to open teams up and pull them out of position. So, as you know, Dan, I'm buzzing for him. Like I said, I don't get pay rise at work if Victor does well for Arsenal. I want him to do well for Arsenal for the sake of us getting over the line and winning silverware, because that's the end goal. But play to his strengths, and he's got to learn to integrate towards the team as well. But good to see him get 90 minutes as well, Dan, for once.
Yeah.
But listen, it's good at the moment, and I'm not going to take any plaudits. Look, I've stuck by him. I've seen a lot of sections of our fan base across all type of media absolutely rip this guy to pieces. I'm like, hold on a minute. It's been a short time, Dan, top strikers go through lulls in their career. It happens for as long as I can remember in football. But he's found it tough. And listen, long may it continue.
Long may it continue, man. Gunali, let me bring this super chat in and I'll put this to you. Shaitanya, big up to you, brother, every time. Love for the super chat, man. Says, big up the panel. There's 35 games in 15 goals. Feed the Gok. What's your thoughts on Gyokeres and how important is it now until May that he has a good end to the season?
Right, I'm going to do this in two parts, right? And I feel like this is the perfect time. I feel like this is actually the perfect time to do this show. And I love this show because I feel like it's a great time to celebrate what happened on Sunday, but also come back to realism. And you don't have to sound like a negative Nancy whilst also being very honest. Now, that super chat, if you just pull it back on the screen for me for a second, put Dan. I can't hear you, bro. Oh, is it mine? Is it my internet?
No, it's mine, I think.
Okay, all right, cool. Basically, all I was going to say is that the super chat mentioned something along the lines of, shout out to my bro Stricto as well. The super chats mentioned something crazy, making it seem like he's been unfortunate. Feed the yak. Well, I mean, listen, it's great that he scored those goals, and I think he can be a person to propel us to the league. But please, I'm not stop trying to kid a kidder. He's been utter shit all season. He has. He's been terrible all season. Let's not start making it seem like he's not had opportunities. Let's not start to make it seem like he's not had the chances to score goals and he's fluffed his lines. Now, I agree. Do I want to see Gyokeres fail? Of course not. Do I want to see him look like a donut at times with his finishing and his poor touch? Of course not. But the facts are the facts. He has been poor. Inwardly, he's been terrible. Now, what we can say is he has lacked the amount of chances to kind of really. Haaland gets four or five chances and he might score two of them, right? Cool, I get that. But you get what you get sometimes. And you've got to make the best out of what you do in those situations. And he's been in front of goal and he's not done anywhere near of the level of a competent striker. So for me, look, I'm glad he did what he did on the weekend because it was fantastic to score those goals against North London rivals in Spurs. But listen, overall, let's not make it seem like feed the yak and he will score, because be fair, two of those goals came off his fucking arse cheek as well. So, like, again, can we stop pretending that this guy has shown the elite gunman behavior and materials over the course of the season? And that is not me cussing him. I'm just being honest. Literally, if someone saw me in person and told me I had an afro, you would be seen as an absolute baboon, because Potts, Stricto, you see me. I don't. It's not going to happen. So it would be stupid. It would be stupid for somebody to come on in person and tell me that I have an afro, because it's not going to happen. So why can't I be honest about Gyokeres and say he's been poor? What is wrong with that?
Yo, does anyone think Gunali is being harsh or?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
That's very harsh.
100%.
I'm gonna just say, with Gyokeres, as you said, he's not the type of striker that's had multiple chances in a game and he's fluffed his lines. He'll get like one or two, and I'll be real. Bro, the thing is about Gyokeres, I think with some of these signings that Arteta didn't watch highlights of these guys or watch like any film before he signed some of these guys, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because the way he plays or some of these people, I don't really understand. Like when you tried Eze as a long time, these things are some of the things that Arteta does, I don't really understand. I think the reason why first of all it's his first season in the league. We got to look at that. First season in the league. Second of all, the way we use him from the start of the season, the way we play football, how dry it's been. I wouldn't blame Gyokeres. I think he's done it. I think this half of the season he's coming to his own. He's scored a lot of goals now, and his ball striking. I'm sorry, the strikers we've had before couldn't strike a ball. Give this guy space, bro. We've seen he done it at He done it at Inter. He's doing it now. His ball striking is elite, bro. We can't see.
Ayo, can we stop talking about the last few weeks? And can you not go back to the start of the season? Why?
I just told you it's his first season, though. You can't go back to the season.
Hold on. Again, okay, you're conflating two different points. I didn't say the reason why he's crap is because it's his first season. I just said he's been poor. I didn't say he's a crap player.
I mean, look, you told him his touch is there. You said his touch.
Okay, but no, Ayo. Let me break it down to you. You're conflating 2 points. I am not saying that he is crap. I am saying he has been crap.
Mm-hmm.
There are two completely different points. The fact he has been rubbish is for whatever reason you want to mention. So the it could be because he's not used to the weather. It could be because he's not used to the fans. It could be that he's not used to the stadium. It could be that he's not used to his playing style. It could be anything. So we can give him these excuses. I don't mind. But he has been crap.
But the reason you're telling me he's been crap or for strengths he's never had in his career. Like you talk about his first touch, he's never had an amazing. His footballing. Ayo, again. So you're proving my point, right? So if he's never had a good first touch, so I'm allowed to say he's got a crap first touch then? No, why are you saying it like we didn't know that before? Though? That's the thing. You're saying that he's been crap. You said he's been crap all season. The reasons why he said he's crap was for strengths he's never had in his career.
No. He's been crap all season because he's done what he's done throughout the majority of this season. 80% of his playing time, he's been woeful in front of the ball, holding up the ball, doing nothing of importance and leverage to help the team attack.
Has there really been that many games where he's been awful in front of goal? Like how many chances did he get?
Man.
No,
you know what,
bro.
You know what you're doing, Ayo. Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing, Ayo? Right? You are doing this thing where people do, not just Arsenal fans. They talk about the last 5 minutes, the last 5 games, and you're making it seem like that has been the entirety of his.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Bro, me and you.
Okay. Do you know what? Okay, no. Okay, do me one better then. You're telling me 20 games where he's been poor. Tell me 5 games from the time he came to Arsenal, even from pre-season until let's say January, even January. Tell me 5 games where he was good. Tell me even better. Tell me 3 games.
I asked you a question. Now you ask me the same question back.
No.
Because you got to answer mine first.
I'm gonna. Can I tell you, Ayo? It's 0. He's been good in no games.
Good in no games since when? What was your question?
From the start of his pre-season at Arsenal until January, standout game where he was amazing, electric things, all the tangible, intangible things. None.
So this by the way, from the start of pre-season until January, do you remember the type of football we were playing, bro? We were winning games 1-0 from a set piece. Are we forgetting that? Like we're
so you're telling me what you're telling me is from the start of the season to January, he's had no open, no times he's fluffed these lines, no poor channel running, poor hold up play, no poor link. That's I'm making.
Bro, I'm not saying he's had none of this. Yeah, these games that you're mentioning, bro, he's had 1 chance, 2 chances in those games, bro. I'm asking you, has he had a game where he's flipped like 3, 4, 5 times like set guys will do, bro? He hasn't. He hasn't.
Okay, so Ayo, you mentioned Ayo. You said that this guy's got X amount of goals. Am I not allowed to have a certain level of am I not allowed to have a certain level of expectation that he can score 1 goal from 3 shots, Or can I not expect him to, with those type of goals that he scored, am I not allowed to have a level of expectation that he can hold the ball up a little bit better, that he can link the ball, that he can make channel runs, that he can actually be a bit more effective? He's been poor all season.
Can you tell me Gyokeres' strengths? Can you tell me what they are? Because I know you know his strengths, and the thing you just listed now are not his strengths. You're going to say you got to play to your strikers. Obviously, you got to also play to the team strengths, but you also got to play to your strikers.
Okay, but yeah, it's twofold. It's twofold. The team's not played to his strengths, but I'm just talking about something so simple. Just stop talking about all these other semantics and metrics.
It's not though.
No, Ayo, stop, Ayo, because you're doing this gaslighting and it's boring. You are trying to make out like he has not been in front of goal and fluffed his lines. What are you talking about?
Who said that? I didn't.
Okay, so that's not okay. But just in layman's terms, very simplistically, he's been in front of goal, and his shot creation and chance creation, and the amount of shots that he's had and the chances he's had has been terrible for the level of expectation that this guy has come in. It doesn't mean that I'm saying he's crap. It doesn't mean that he's not allowed to transition. I'm just trying to say what it is in front of you. As I gave you the example, you can't tell me that I'm going to be mad for saying that a 27-year-old, not a 21, not a 22, not a 23-year-old, a 27-year-old seasoned international player does what he does on the pitch between August and January, and you can't criticize him. You can't.
I never said that. You know what it is,
okay, so that's it. That's that. To me, that's the end of the discussion. He's been poor, and for the last 4 or 5 games,
bro,
he's been a lot better.
I've let you speak for time, bro. You interrupt me, then I'll let you speak, bro. If you're gonna do a debate or a debate about something,
no. In my opinion, I'm not telling you overall that's the end of the discussion. I'm saying, in my opinion, it's an end of discussion because he has been poor.
There was no discussion, bro. I got about the 5 seconds of speaking in there. There was no discussion in there. It was mostly you talking at me and me listening, and then trying to say
everyone else's fault but his. It's everyone else's fault but his, man. Come on, man.
No one's saying that, Lee. No one said that, bro. No one said that. I mean, look, I'm just trying to tell you the chances he doesn't get that many chances in a game. I've never seen him chop more than 3 chances. More than 3, more than 2, bro. He rarely gets that many chances in a game. He comes to say, so when you're talking about he's fluffed his lines, he's done, and then you're mentioning strengths that he's never had, but you're using them as a thing to attack him. It don't make sense. You're using what's it called? You can hold up the ball. He's never been a hold up the ball striker. He's baller, but he's never been that type of striker. He's good at channel runs. He can make those channel runs. But we'll play even in the lineups, bro. Even when we play a lineup of Madueke, Martinelli, and Gyokeres, that front 3 reeks. We're playing front 3s that don't make sense. We're playing them beside guys you can't. I don't rate Martinelli personally in the Premier League. We're playing beside guys like that. It don't make sense. From the preseason to January, I hear it hasn't been great. However, we haven't been playing to his strengths. His strengths are quite simple. We see it's like that's what I'm saying. When Arteta plays him, it's like he's never watched him before in his life.
So two things can be true. So 2 things can be true. We're not playing to him, but in front of goal, stop talking about everything else. You're trying to add in all these caveats. In front of goal, when he gets an opportunity, he has been poor throughout the season, and the last couple of weeks he has been better. That's it. That's what's more to argue about.
The thing is,
let me bring in some of the other voices, man. Let me bring in some of the other voices. So 1 second there, 1 second, Lee.
Yeah.
Stricto, Albert's a fan. Lee's not a fan. AO is saying that he believes it's a system problem and that it's harsh on Gyokeres. Where are you at, Strict? Do you think that from now on to end of the season, Gyokeres, we see the best of him or what?
I think I'm sort of like Lee. I see both arguments, to be fair, if I'm being honest. I think from my perspective, yeah, I've been a victim of YouTube clips, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think, other than the game when he played against us, and then the game he played against Man City, this is when he was in Portugal. And you know, the clips give a lot more than what you actually see. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about an Arsenal striker, I think about finesse, I think about class, I think about pace, IQ, positioning, and I think for the large majority of this season, we didn't really see that from him. And I don't think it's entirely his fault. It might be an issue where he doesn't quite know how we play, and we don't know how he plays, you know. And I think as games have gone, we're starting to see what he's about. We know he's very strong. We know take that goal for instance, his second goal against Tottenham. You know, that took a lot of power, took a lot of pace to get into that position, and then even the header that he had against Spurs, that I think it went over or wide. He's starting to know where to be in that box. I think a few times he struggled with his positioning. Because I've always made a comparison that Marino's not a striker, but Marino knows how to get the goals and where to be. And I think for the large majority of the season, we weren't getting that from Gyokeres. I'll be honest with you, I don't care who's up front for Arsenal. Just banging the goals, bro. Whether it's him, Marino, Jesus, I'm not really sentimental like that. I know he's a big money signing. And I know, listen, I know a lot of people give Arteta shit and say, oh, well, Arteta's ruined him and this, that, and the other, which I don't believe is true. I think it might be a case of like people, players not knowing his game and him not knowing the players around him game, and some of these things, sometimes a player can come and they can hit the ground running. We've seen that with Ekatike, but we've also seen him struggle these last few weeks or few months. Same with Voltemade. He hit the ground running and then he slowed down. I think with Gyokeres is the other way around. He sort of started on, up the hill, but now he's going down the hill. He's starting to find the levels. But Dan, to be honest with you, I can't give a shit who's up front for Arsenal, as long as they're bagging it when the chance comes. I mean, he's a known striker, he's a known finisher. And this is why I agree with Lee, kind of like the last few weeks that from the Inter Milan game when he's banged it, like I've never seen that finish from him. Like that's a different side of him that he's sort of shown us, and then he repeated it against Spurs. Again, that kind of finish from outside of the box, wrap it round. So we're starting to get to know his game, a lot of us as fans. Do you know what I'm saying? I think like the easy thing is to say, well, Arteta's ruining him. Is the I don't believe it. I don't believe it's that. 15 goals now this season. 15 goals now this season for someone who Ayo and Lee are arguing about. 15 goals outside of the new all the forwards that have been signed this season. He's scored the most goals. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Could it be more? It could be more. Could end up to be 20 goals this season, which won't be bad, But majority of my thing is I don't care who's the striker for Arsenal, whether it's fucking David Ray up front. If he's banging fucking goals when we need it, so be it, bro. So be it.
Nah, I hear that in terms of who, it doesn't matter who's up front. Before I bring the other boys in, there's a super chat from number 016. Doesn't agree with Lee. He says Gyokeres is garbage, but he's the top goal scorer this season. Not to mention the other things he brings to the team. Stop it. He is a bit Marmite, Gyokeres. There are some people that still back him and think he's really good. There's other people that are questioning it. Tony, what's your thoughts on this, bruv? Do you think we can now see the best of him moving forward? You're on mute, by the way.
You said that everyone should be able to close it up. So that's why I close it. So yeah, I've placed it on now. Yeah. I've heard the arguments from Lee, Ayo, and of course Stricto. This is the thing, yeah. I've simply seen Gyokeres play in Portugal. Yeah. This guy single-handedly have dog-walked players like Pepe, players like Carreras. Dog-walked them completely. I've seen what he has done in Europe, in the Champions League. 90 plus something goals, yeah. Ravaged, the league in Lisbon at Portugal. He is a credible striker with incredible numbers. We brought him here to score goals. Yeah, that's what we brought him here for. But again, it's tiring, yeah, to hear these arguments, yeah, where people don't really put things into perspective. This is his first season at Arsenal. That's number one. Number two, he's dealing with a manager that doesn't understand his strengths. Let's call a spade. Yeah, Arteta does not understand the strength of Victor Gyokeres. We all know Victor Gyokeres never had the best of first touches. I mean, even in Portugal, never had the best first touches. We all know that Victor Gyokeres is not that kind of striker that definitely wants to drop the shoulder all the time, wants to just, just go slickily all the time and take on his man, 1v1s, 1v2s. No, not really that. He could run up in the channels, he could look the ball up top, and man would just get down there, being dangerous areas. We know his strength. Yeah. His strength is quite different from how Arteta plays. We have to lay the blame where the blame is. It's Arteta. And again, the passes weren't even getting to him at all. Bukayo Saka wasn't even sending the passes to him. He just cuts in and decides to take a shot. Yeah. So how he doesn't even really understand the movement. Yeah. The nuances, how the team get to move with the ball at the same time. The cohesion isn't there. But again, Lee asked about 3 games where he showed that maybe he was a good striker. How about the game against Atletico? How about the game against Leeds? How about the game against Chelsea? Yeah, even in that Chelsea game where he scored that goal, he was in the box where you want your striker to be. So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of different patterns. Yeah, of course, a new place in England, difficult league. And of course, the manager doesn't understand his strength. And again, for someone that people are calling a flop in this league, okay, Votamode, people are clapping their hands, yeah, for Votamode. How many goals? 10 goals this season. People are clapping their hands for people like Sheshko. People are clapping their hands for people like Umbuemo. They don't think they're flops. But when I hear other rival teams talk about Victor Gyokeres, they call him a flop. And he scored 10 goals this season in the Premier League. 15 in all competitions. Come on, man. Yeah? This is not unfair. This is very, very unfair. And this is a big narrative in big-time media out there, bro. That narrative is so false. Let him cook. Let him cook.
All right, let Lee come back in, and then I'll get the 3 boys in. Go on, Lee, very quickly.
I want to let everyone else say. This whole, it's so funny, right? I'm loving this. I'm loving this whole, why don't we back our boys? Why am I slandering? Why am I saying? Why is it that I don't hear the same energy for Havertz when he first came? By the way, Kate, there was a campaign to not even make him sign. Odegaard, the way he gets, the ritual he gets. So it's so funny now, a 27-year-old, we have to throw a blanket over him and give him a dummy, and we can't say anything negative about him. And we have to close our eyes to everything that he has done that has not been good. But when it's Odegaard, when he has a poor period of time, or when it's Declan Rice, or when Salih, when all of these players that have been in this league and have done more than Gyokeres, where Gyokeres is actually meant to be the finishing piece to a team that is meant to win the league or win a major trophy, it's not a problem to slander those players. Wait, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Right?
Let me just ask you one question.
It's hilarious.
Do you hold Gyokeres to the same standard you hold?
Your mic's low, bro.
Is it low?
Yeah.
It's low. It's a bit low. And see, Lee, Havertz have been in title run-ins with Arsenal, and he has gotten us to nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
Tony,
however, Victor Gyokeres is new to the football club and he's finding his footing. Just support the guy. And you know that the machinery to produce this assist for him, they're not doing it in the way that helps him.
No, stop there, Tony, stop. Because then that means, why can't I cost Saka then? Why can't I cost Gabriel? Why can't I should be able to cost whoever I like, because they've all been in title run-ins. And guess what? Saka's been part of a team that's fucked up too. Saka's been in the title running. Saka's probably been in the last 3 years been one of the biggest failures. So let's talk about him. If we want to really get into the nitty-gritty, if you really want to be the person, if you want me to be the bad guy, I'll do it. But I don't want to do that. But if you really want to talk about the title run-ins, Saka's been one of the worst players because his levels dramatically dropped than what he would be the previous 20 games. In the last 15 games, we know what he does. We know how he performs. So if you want to do that and you want to start talking about these players, we will. So let's not do our favorites here. Again, I'm going to go back to it. If you want to talk about all the players, talk about them honestly. But let's not hide from the fact that this is a 27-year-old meant to be the needle mover and help us get over the line. And throughout the season, minus the last few weeks, he has been poor. It doesn't mean he's crap. Just the same way it doesn't mean Saka's crap, but there have been times in the season where they have all fluffed their lines. So I'm sick of these funny fans that you can't criticize them. You have to back him. But when I then say, why can't you do it for other players in the team? It's an issue. Come on, man, this is ridiculous.
Lee, sorry. I'll be quick. Lee, do you know what it is? Like, just from my point of view with the Victor Gyokeres thing, is that it's fine if you want to critique him for not bringing the goods, but I think there's a lot of Arsenal fans. I can't say it's all of them, but I think it's got to a point where it goes beyond criticism of him, and it comes across a little bit personal. I'm not saying you've got to be universally loved players that come to the club, but let's have a bit of perspective. And like I said, for me, coming to this league is very, very, very difficult. And for him to still be the top goal scorer, despite what's happened this season, I think he's done well personally. But I just want to say that's it.
I
don't know why why are you extricating Mikel Arteta's hands in this problem?
I didn't.
I mean, you're just completely neglecting Mikel Arteta and what he has caused in this team per se. I'm sorry. Let me just get this across here. Just when we finished the North London derby, do you know what Mikel Arteta said immediately after when they were asking him questions about Eze's goals? He was saying, well, I now know how to use Eze in the team. Listen, I now know how to use Eze in the team. We have a manager that doesn't really understand the strength of these players. This is the pure truth. So I don't even blame Gyokeres for that slow start. Maybe he's not firing now because the manager now understands how to actually send those passes to him. I've actually told him how to, connect with with the people in the team that could actually help him out. Eze is one. Bukayo Saka is just trying to get to the rhythm with him. They're just trying to understand him. So this slagging off of Gyokeres, man, I think it's over the top. The person who should be getting the slack right now is Mikel Arteta, because he doesn't understand the strength of Victor Gyokeres. That's what I just feel.
Okay, Lee, I know that I want to try and get
everyone. Go.
It's a big panel, bro. I want to try and get people in. Look, I'll be real with you. My thoughts on Gyokeres are quite simple. I really wanted him. I've been disappointed in some of his games. I think he's had 15 out of his 26 games where he's not had a shot on target. I want to see better. I do appreciate it's a system issue as well, because there's been no striker that's done well under Mikel Arteta. Let's just say it how it is. But at the same time, I do have to look at the individual performance and think, has it improved? Now, I do think it's improved in the last few games, and I have seen a very good Gyokeres against Spurs, and I'm hoping now that we can, to the end of the season, see a different Gyokeres. Jez, I'd love to get your thoughts on this one, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I want a Gyokeres. Out of the two that we were looking at, Sesko and Gyokeres, yeah, he's been a little bit off and disappointing, but of recent games, he seems to be finding his feet now. And I said games ago that if you feed him, he'll score. And let's be honest, he had to find his feet in the game at Arsenal. He's a new boy in. It can take time for certain players. Let's not get it right. That Thierry Henry took his time. Yeah, he went 15 games without scoring a goal. And then we know the history of what Wenger did, moved him to a different position, and it was a totally different story. But the goals he's scored in recent games, I think he's shown some quality now. And I hope this gives him confidence, hope it boosts him, hope it gives him more opportunities. What I did like was when Havertz was linking up with him. Now, I don't particularly rate Havertz, okay? But they were seeming to have a little bit of a link up there. Unfortunately, Havertz went down injured again. But That seems to be a common thing at Arsenal. But I'm not going to bin this guy off. You know, we brought him in. There is a good player there. There's a very good player there. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, well, he did all right in Spain and all this and all that. Yeah, well, let's wait and see what he can do at Arsenal. Because he scored 2 lovely goals at the weekend. He scored goals before that. He's our top goal scorer and may go on to get many, many more goals. So I think the negativity on this is you know, he can go on, I think, and do very well. So I ain't got a problem with it. We've also got Eza is now starting to come into the fore, scoring 5 this year against Tottenham. Fantastic. Pity didn't get a second hat trick. That would have been a record, but never happened. But I'm not going to write players off after 3/4 of a season, if you want to put it that way. Yeah, if after a whole season he's done shit, then I'll criticise him. We've had that happen with players in the past. Yeah. And they've come in with great promise and never delivered. So this guy, I think, move on, keep going, keep battling, and I think you'll score a lot more goals this season. And yeah, I ain't got a problem with him, Dan.
No, fair play, Jez. Big up to Rants as well for the rate, bro.
Rant.
Much appreciate you, bro. Every time.
Big up, Brian.
Up to you. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and you're following all of these guys, man. They all do brilliant content. They all got their handles there, so go and show some love to them. DJ, talk to me. Victor Gyokeres, man. Is he going to go on a run now? Because I kind of feel like I need him to.
I think he's got to. Dan was the reason why we brought him to the club. I think it's a miracle that Victor Gyokeres has got 15 goals at this football club, because let's break it down. We're blaming one individual here, but let's be honest. Our whole attack this season has not been really firing. So any striker, the way we've been playing in attack this year, would have struggled to score goals. So the fact that he's scoring 15 goals, is unreal. Because you look on the left-hand side, Trossard was playing well up until Christmas. Now he's gone off the boil. Martinelli's in and out. You can't really use him for 90 minutes, so he's not been supplying him with much. He's not had a creative midfield player that's been creative. Declan Rice has done well. Zubimendi's done what he's had to do. Odegaard, that you was probably relying on, that was going to be creative, got injured, and then he's come back and he's shown the form that he showed last season. He's not been very good. Eza, for some reason or another, Arteta's not fancied him in every game, so he's been in and out the team. So he's not really been able to build up any kind of relationship with anyone within this team. When you look at the great strikers that have scored lots of goals for lots of football clubs, they've built up a relationship with certain players in a team that an understanding. You know, you go back to the Ian Rush days of Liverpool and the great strikers in the past. They've all had a relationship with a midfield player, or, you know, Lampard's, and it's been there. He's been living off of scraps. He's been seeing systems be mixed around. He's had to put up with Madueke on the right, then Saka's come in. So when you think about it, he's not really had the time to build up this kind of free-flowing attack that we should have had at Arsenal Football Club. I'm hoping now, with Eze coming in and scoring another couple of goals against Spurs and looking really, really good, I'm hoping now that the manager will trust Eze to now put him in as a starter, because I think someone like Eze is what Gyokeres really needs. And I'm hoping Saka will find some sort of form between now and the end of the season, because if Saka's on form, Gyokeres will get opportunities there as well. So, listen, I've always said that I'd rather see Gyokeres up front than going back to Havertz and Jesus. Because let's be honest, every single Arsenal fan at the start of the season, one thing they were saying is, I don't care who we get, I don't want to see Havertz as my number 9. That's what we was all saying. So we got Gyokeres in, and we've got to trust that he's going to deliver. I agree, and I'm with a lot of Arsenal fans. I don't think he's technically gifted. Anyone can see that. If you've been following football for how many years, you can see that he's not the most technical gifted player. And he has really kind of wasted chances when he could have been a little bit more selfish himself, probably. But the fact of the matter is, Dan, as I said, if you look at it from the Arsenal's point of view, this season, one of the reasons why we're challenging for all 4 competitions is not really down to how brilliant we've been in attack. It's really been about our defensive unit and how we've been defensively. And Gyokeres has been part of that. And it's probably easy to pick him out as an individual to blame when really a lot of the attack has been fallen down. So I think stick with him. I want to see a little bit more. But what I want to see from Gyokeres is not performing against a very, very poor Tottenham team, not performing against them sort of teams. I want to see him step up against Chelsea if he gets the opportunity. I want to see him over 2 legs in the Champions League. I want to see him go to the Etihad and, perform there. They're the games that I want to really see him performing. And when the games have been tough this season, I can see where GL is coming from. When there has been times when it's been a little bit hard going, he has been a bit found wanting this season. So step up in the big games, stick by him, but there's more than Gyokeres that has got to start performing in that attacking position. Saka's got to start performing. Eze, when he gets the chance now, he's got to continue. And on the left-hand side, I'm a flick of a coin. Martinelli and Trossard still worry me on the left. And I still think that's something that we may have to address going forward if we're going to get the best out of Gyokeres. But what other option have you got? Do you want Jesus back in now? Do you want Havertz back in now? Because I don't. So we've got to stick by him and we've got to make it work. And the manager has. And one thing I will say on Tony, what Tony mentioned about Arteta admitting after the Spurs game that he actually now knows what Gyokeres' strengths are and everything else. It's taken you from till February to find that out when you've been in the job for 6 years. I find that staggering that it's taken him this long to actually find how to get the best out of a striker.
Well, he said he needed 55 games for Kai Havertz, so maybe he needs a bit longer.
Yeah,
for
well, exactly. But
we'll see. Let me come with this question because me and Kenny did a bit of a chat this morning on Gyokeres, so I think it would just be repeating what's already been said. But I wanted to chuck this one in because I think this is a good debate. This one is the criticism of Saka fair this season. Now, look, I don't think Saka's had a very good season, if I'm honest with you. The reason I've brought this up is because I think it's more debatable about the fact that his injury and him coming back from that, I think has affected more than a lot of people are giving him credit for. Now, I'm not saying boo-hoo Saka, what's he supposed to do? But this guy has kind of got a little bit of credit in the bank of the last few seasons. Because when you say he's carried Arsenal, he hasn't really carried us to any silverware, but he's certainly got us across the line in certain games. And Bukayo Saka for 4 or 5 years was easily our best player. And I don't know about you, Kenny, but I do feel like there's a little bit of disrespect about how poor he's been. When you look at the likes of Foden and Palmer, who haven't had grade 3 hamstring injuries, they've been pretty poor. And also what's worrying is we're going into a World Cup year and all of our attacking midfielders that are English are rubbish this season, including Bellingham, by the way, who's been poor for Real Madrid. So I don't know what your thoughts are and whether you think it's fair, Kenny.
Look, fact is, right, is that we had a... Well, I've been late to the party. Let's get something straight. This is Saka's team. Saka's the be-all and end-all in this team. He's alpha and omega. Gyokeres has got to work around it. The system's the star, and the second star Saka. So when I hear about Gyokeres playing 2 strips, no. Gyokeres has to fit into us. The fact is that his form fluctuates. He was a hero on Saturday against Wolves. They're comparing to Lee Chapman. The fact is, everything that I've heard on the panel is correct. Gyokeres is up for criticism. He hasn't had a pre-season. He hasn't been great. His first touch is abysmal. It's not the greatest. There has been disconnect, but it works both ways. This disconnect is players are using him as a decoy and not finding him quicker players like Odegaard and Saka. But hang on here. When they are trying to make the crosses in, he's not there. So it works both ways. You know, when people talk about context about Gyokeres, yeah, but it's context Arsenal, which we're going for a title, we're going for 4 titles. We can't carry people. You either get on that bus, W7 and W3 from Crouch End, or you miss out and wait for the 91. But we'll carry on without you, and we've got a game to play. So that's the situation with Gyokeres. He's not elite. There's the only elite strikers out there are Kane, Mbappe, and Haaland. That's it. Maybe you're younger Lewandowski. He's not at that level. He is what he is. So people putting him up this level after beating a crap Tottenham team, fair enough. But you can criticise him for what he's not good at and what he hasn't done. That's fair as well. But in terms of Saka, the fact is, we're on this show, some of us were on this show with me, and I begged the manager not to play Saka at the end of last season. I said, look, he's had a grade 3 tear, his bone's coming off. Don't consider him for Real Madrid. Same for next season. Forget the Champions League. We're not going to win it. Oh, bring him back. Oh, he scored against Fulham. He scored against Real Madrid. Oh, what do you know? Well, look what we got now. Stop-start season, secondary injuries, and that's one of the reasons why he's not playing his best football. However, the fact is that a lot of Arsenal fans say he's world-class. If you're going to adorn the player with that title, then he has to produce world-class performances. Because at the end of the day, as I said, this is Saka's team, and if we're going to win the league, it won't be Gyokeres who's going to be the guy who's got the je ne sais quoi. It's going to be Bukayo. We need him to get back to scratch. And the criticism is fair, because at the end of the day, that's the path you take. If you're a footballer and you've got well-raised plays, then you have to take the criticism as well when you're not doing it, when you're not performing. And Bukayo Saka has to have that criticism. If you're calling Bukayo Saka world-class, okay, I want 25 goals in the league and I want 15 assists. Not because I'm being unreasonable, because I think Bukayo can do it. But until Bukayo does that on a regular basis, then he is going to be up for criticism. Yes, it's a lot of pressure for a young lad, but it wasn't. When things are going well, we don't talk about him being under pressure. We don't criticise him. We have to have the same energy for him.
I agree, Kenny, and I think you can't talk about it being young because he's been playing since 17. And I'm sorry, there's no organisation where you can be one of the top earners and don't get criticism. You can't be on 300k, and it's not pocket watching. What it is you are paid by your status. If this is his team and you are the best player or the man, Haylender, whatever, however you want to skin that cat, he is the person that is gonna the blame is gonna be leveled at, because when it all goes well, whether he's the best player or not, he gets all the plaudits. He gets all the new boots. He gets all the new fans. He gets it all. So listen, it's just that simple.
Lee, to add to that as well. So just to come off the back of what you're saying.
I'm sorry. Kenny, I also think that part of the problems, apart from injuries to Bukayo Saka, is that he hasn't quite evolved in his system, in his mode of play, and how he plays. I think many players in the world, whenever people are saying world class, or you're getting towards that world class status, you have to evolve as a player. Everyone knows when Bukayo Saka gets the ball on the right hand side, we all know 100%. Everyone on this panel knows what he's going to do. You know he's going to cut in. You know he's going to try a shot. You know he's not going to have that keen vision to actually open up play, find those pocket spaces, and look for the striker or look for Gyokeres. Yeah, because 100%, we know what he's going to do. So I think he has to evolve in his game, because that's why many teams in the league, most of the teams in the bottom half of the league, have actually found out how to really outmark and out-tackle and out-gun Bukayo Saka. Out of his nuance, out of his coherence. Just two, three players up on him, and that's the end. So it depends. I feel, apart from the injury problems that he's gotten in seasons, I think he needs to evolve in his game. He hasn't clearly evolved in his game, and I'm still pissed off to give him a contract mid-season.
No. Hold on, 2 seconds. When you give players 300 grand a week, it's nothing to do with their status. It's to do with their image rights. You go to the club shop, it's got Bukayo Saka adorned all over the place. He's always the guy that is on the videos. Obviously, there's a new Eze. They're trying to put him in under that status. But if the club are using your image rights, you should get the money. You should be recompensed by that. If you're selling the most shirts and you're being done as the face of the football club, the 300 grand a week is a snip. That's how it is. It's always been the way for the last 20 years, where the reason why I get paid this big money is for the image rights. But what you're saying about Bukayo Saka being involved, I think that's going to be a situation, because we had the situation with Gareth Bale as well, where he was playing left back, then he was playing the right, and then when you get him further up the field, I think Bukayo Saka is capable of playing in number 10. I think he could play the false number 9. I could easily do that. That's the levels I want him to do. But again, he's got to be fully fit. He's got to have a manager who's going to say, right, this is the next level where you give the opposition more problems. Now, that may not be Mikel doing that, but I do think the Saka's future is further up the field, where he can really hurt the opposition, where he'll give the opposition something to think about. But another manager may say, you know what, I'm going to give this guy a free role. But at the moment, he's get fit.
Kenny, to add to what you're saying off the back of what you were saying and Guna Lee was saying, I think with Saka, I don't know what you guys think. I think where we bought in Gyokeres and he was seen as the man and the main man and to come and get us over the line. Because Saka's obviously been seen as our most consistent performer for about 3 or 4 years. So I think in terms of his level of performance, what Saka was really good at doing is making the right decisions at the right time, when to shoot, when to pass, and he just developed that very selfish streak and taking more shots. And I'm not saying his nose got put out of joint, but we got used to talking about him being the number one go-to guy. And with Gyokeres coming in, I think that might have something to do with it a little bit personally as well.
Yeah, but definitely that was definitely evident Chelsea away, where he was being selfish. But the fact is, you've got to remember with Bukayo Saka and Martinelli, when you talk about wingers, they're inverted forwards. Their first thought when they get into the last third is to have a shot on goal, because they're goal scorers. The last thing in their mind is going to create for Victor. If there's a chance where they can put the ball in it, they're going to take it, because that's been their role. They've had to kind of adjust their games for Victor. But again, if they don't think Victor's on the wave, they won't pass him. Or if they think, well, hang on, here's an opening for me, they're going to shoot. Because that's how they've been playing alongside. Well, if you want, that's what you get with inverted wingers. They're not creators. It's a myth they're creators. They are virtually forwards who can score goals and be on their strong side. To call them creators is a joke. It's an absolute joke. The only one who's created chances in Arsenal since we've been there is Mesut Ozil and Henry. But apart from that, these inverted wingers, it's a myth. They're goal scorers first and foremost.
Well, what else are we saying as a panel about Saka? I'll let anyone come in on this. I'll move to our last question to close. What are we saying about Saka, man? Because I feel like he is going to be on one of our most players.
With Dan, you've frozen up there.
Dan, you froze.
You look at what he's done so far, 4 goals and a couple of assists. I happen to believe he has been good in some games.
Frozen up, Dan.
Can't hear you, Dan.
Am I back?
Dan, you froze. You froze.
Now.
Yeah. You're back.
You're back. He's
back.
rebooting it. Glad you take over hosting duties, mate. I don't know what
Kenny. Okay. Yeah. Kenny, I'm sorry. I still have some issues about what you said about Bukayo Saka, about the rights and all that stuff. Kenny, if a player is earning, I'm sorry, if a player is earning over 300 in this football club, you should be giving me Rafinha numbers. You should be giving me Olise numbers. You should be giving me this kind of gameplay. I'm sorry, because we've taken this mediocrity. You've been part of that, army in the Arsenal fan base that I've always been talking about standards. But we have to bring that standards to Bukayo Saka. If you're earning that amount of money, I'm sorry, you should be posting up Rafinha numbers. You should be posting up Olise numbers. I'm sorry, you should be doing enough. And again, I think playing Bukayo Saka in that number 10 position I think it was far too early. I think people literally just gazumped that all of a sudden. Because in that number 10 position, you should have the vision. You should have the ability to open pocket spaces. You should be able to take snapshots. And you should be strong, well-grounded. Yeah, because you are the engine room. I don't think, after what Saka has been through in all the seasons, I don't think that guy is physically fit enough to handle that number 10 position. I'm so sorry. And that's why they've reverted him back to his rightful position, because they know that he's not fit enough and he can't carry it. His skill set might be able to walk apart with people or legendary players that have played there, but physically he can't carry it. I'm a football referee. I've been reffing in the Finnish league for about 3 seasons now. This is my 3rd year now, reffing there. I know how a number 10 plays. I know the quality they should have and the energy that they should possess. Saka doesn't have it. I'm sorry. If he continues in that number 10 position in any way, I'm sorry, in the next 2 years, kiss bye-bye to Bukayo Saka's legs. Because already I'm heading into my 40s already, and I already know that I can even run and chase again when I'm Bukayo Saka. I'm sorry, I just have to say it.
Yeah, but you're talking about whether he deserves his wages, and I'm saying this is how football works when it comes to like these salaries. It's image rights. And remember, he's an international as well. Another thing as well is an asset where if a big club came in for him, Arsenal will command a massive fee, and it will be like telephone. Well, sorry, not telephone numbers, mobile phone numbers. You know, that's factual. That's what the wages is all about, and it's on his reputation, which is very, very high up until last season, until he got injured. I think that's the thing. But I love Bukayo. I don't think he's world class, but I think that there's an opportunity where he can get to the next level, and I think. If there's a position where he can play a number 10 or false number 9, I think that should be explored, because his record shows he can score goals. His record shows he can create something out of nothing. We see it with our own eyes.
Do you think, Kenny? I mean, look, I'd love to see Saka improve, but does anyone think that he's just come to his level? Do you think he's just come to his natural level now? He's plateaued. You think can he go any higher?
Will he ever win a Ballon d'Or, DJ? That's is he good enough? Is he good enough, DJ? Right? Everybody bigs up Saka to the level that he's inspirational. He's brilliant. Do you think he'll ever win a Ballon d'Or?
No, I think he's missed that boat, and it's not his fault, because what he's done. You got to remember, he's carried this football club for many seasons. I mean, he's literally put in some shifts for many seasons. You know, and he had that horrific hamstring injury. He should have been rotated a lot better in certain games where he could have been protected a little bit better. You know, and I'm not putting that wholly down to Arteta. As a club in general, we perhaps should have looked after him a little bit better in certain games. And I just feel that he's now kind of come to that level now where I don't think I think we're expecting too much from him. I think we've got to the stage with Saka now where this is it. You're going to see 1 or 2 brilliant games with him where he changes a game, and then you're going to see 3 or 4 average performances from him. And I think we either accept it or we try and put him in a position, like Kenny said, where we can perhaps get something different out of him.
Be careful though. Don't slander him, because if you do,
listen.
You're not allowed to say anything negative about anyone unless their name is.
I'm not slandering him. I just feel
I'm pulling your leg.
I'm just thinking to myself, can he get any higher? Can he reach them levels? Is there another level Saka can go to, or do you think he's just kind of plateaued out? I'm on the understanding where I think. I don't know whether he can reach them sort of levels now, right? I think with the injury he's had, the amount of game time that he's played, what he's had to do in the club in previous years, I just think he's reached his level. And I think sometimes we're going to have to accept that we've got a very, very good player at the football club. I don't think he's world class. I just think that he's a very, very good player, and he still walks into a lot of teams.
It's too early.
Can I ask what is Saka's level, by the way? I want to understand.
Saka's well, no. What I'm saying is, Kenny said he can probably go to world class level. I don't know whether he can. I think he's just going to be a very, very good player for Arsenal. I don't know whether he can step up that next level.
Is this how we talk about 24? Like, he's 24?
I mean,
24, right?
I mean, I don't know. You said could he win a Ballon d'Or? I mean, you look in the Premier League. How many? I mean, even fucking Saka and Salah. Salah won a Ballon d'Or.
No.
So
No.
I think it's a level. It's Ballon d'Or level. I think you can get a Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or is an accolade for, in my opinion. I'll be honest with you. I don't really take the Ballon d'Or serious anyway, but I understand the context of it being the next level up. I don't know if Saka will ever win it. I don't think so. But it's to me, it's not the barometer to measure how really good a player is, because you can look at some Ballon d'Or winners in the past and think, how the fuck is he won that? Rodri being one, Nedved being another.
Yeah,
I'm not taking that Ballon d'Or thing that serious, and I don't think it should be a yardstick to hit Saka with. Saka's been our best player. Now, Tony, you're talking about he doesn't deserve 300k. What does he deserve? I want you to quantify.
I did not say. No, listen to the word, Stricto. I did not say he doesn't deserve. I said if you get that money, you have to be giving me Rafinha numbers. That's what I said, sir.
Why does he need to give you Rafinha numbers? Rafinha was in Spain. He wasn't doing it when he was here. Rafinha was in Spain, not doing it when he was here. We watched Rafinha at Leeds.
I think Rafinha has evolved. I think he has evolved in his game.
While he was
That's why he's getting all these accolades.
While he was in the Premier League, he didn't show us numbers. Now, when Saka first came in, he wasn't surrounded by the greatest of players, but he stood out. Season after season after season after season has been involved in the great things Arsenal have done.
Facts.
Yeah, people will say he hasn't won nothing at Arsenal. Fine. That's a different conversation. But individually, what this guy has done for the Arsenal, I think is quite disrespectful for anyone in this panel to sit here and question what he's worth to the club, what he's worth to the supporters, and what he's worth financially. Because the alternative is Saka can leave and go to another club. And I guarantee everyone here in this panel will be throwing a hissy fit if that was to ever happen. So yeah, 300k, if that's what he's negotiated, and that's what the club agree he's worth. I think that's what he's worth. He doesn't owe us.
For the record, strict, so I'll never.
I'm just saying it should translate into something tangible.
I never mentioned his wages.
No, I'm not talking about you, DJ. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Tony.
Just to add on as well, because look, I mean, I met a few people know, like my cousin is he's quite a big agent. He works for Rock Nation, and he's always told me, you never get a contract for what you've done. You get a contract for what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And what Saka's potentially going to do is win these big trophies. But you also have to understand that he's been England's Man of the Year twice, 2 times in a row. I think he only lost it last year. What he's done for England, I know it doesn't necessarily matter about Arsenal, but it does play a massive factor because he does bring in a certain type of fan, a certain kind of young fan, a certain type of London fan, a certain type of demographic. And then you also look at it, and he does seem to be the star boy for England, so for Arsenal, sorry. So you do kind of look at it and you kind of think, all right, 300k. And the last thing, which people always forget, we live in London. These are London wages. This is the London lifestyle that he's living. So unfortunately, and if people don't know, you can get different bands. You get inner London wages, you get out of London, and then you get the rest of England. And it's just the way the world works. It's not fair. It may not be fair. I'm not sitting here saying I'm not here to argue whether he does or doesn't deserve it, because for me, I think 300k for what he's done for Arsenal. Yeah, great, but he ain't won anything. So
and let's not also forget, this is an academy product. We haven't even had to spend zilch on transfer, bro. This has come straight out of the farm onto the plate. Do you get what I'm saying? We haven't had to spend a single penny. Listen, it's not even about what you're talking about earlier about you know, your someone, your family who's an agent. And also there's a saying that it's not about what you're worth, it's about what you can negotiate. He sat down and he's negotiated that. And Arsenal have said, you know what? Fine, sign here. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I've seen this guy literally play when nobody wanted to play for the Arsenal. I'm talking about when you asked him to play left back, he's played left back. You've asked him to play as a left wing, he's played left wing.
Let me tell you
every position.
Let me tell you a true story, though. Let me tell you a true story.
Strict though. No one is talking about loyalties here. What we're saying, see, I'm sorry, please, yeah. We need to win a goddamn trophy. I mean, if no one is saying it down here, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, we're looking for trophies here, bro. We're not looking for dance around and who has a loyalty test. Yeah, we're going for a title. We need our biggest players to bail us out. Stricto, yeah, Stricto. I like your stuff. I watch your stuff. I'm your big fan too. But the thing there is that you need to call a spade a spade. We want trophies. We want our big time players who are earning big time money in this football club to put up performances and win us the league. That's what we need. I need big performances from Kai Havertz. He's on big time money in this football club. We need performances from them. We need to hold some of these people accountable. See, I was skeptical about holding Gyokeres responsible because this is his first season. We can't hold him back. However, Saka has been in all our title run-ins and we've not won no goddamn trophies. So, and we're paying big time money for these people. What are we talking about, Stricto? We need to win trophies. See, Stricto. See, Martinelli is one of our big time earners. We're not getting any traction from there. He might have scored double figures, yeah, but that's inclusive of Champions League. I want to win the Premier League. I want to win it, Stricto. Yes, our big time players on big time money are not performing. We need trophies, bro. We need trophies, bro.
All right, cool. Answer me this, yeah? You don't think he's worth the 300k because he hasn't won us anything. So I'm asking you this then.
I did not say he's not worth the 300k. I said he needs to give us numbers that's befitting of that number. That's what I said, Brad Stricto.
How much did you pay him? How much do you think Saka's worth?
It's irrelevant because I've just concurred with you that I'm okay with the money, but he has to give us numbers that's consuming with that amount of money. That's what I've said.
How much do you think Saka's worth?
No, throw away the worth. It's not about worth here. It's about output. See, Stricto, if you have a business, see, Stricto, we be fellow Niger, my guy. Yeah, we be fellow Niger. See, if you have a business, yeah, if you have a business and run your business in a way where you won't get any output, good for you. And Arsenal Football Club, we're tired. We need trophies. How about that? Yeah, can't you see we're going for a title running right now, yeah, against Manchester City, yeah? We need everyone to be firing on all cylinders. We need them to be firing. We need goals from Saka. We need goals from Martinelli. We need goals from all of them, bro. If you're a high earner at Arsenal, you need to be putting up the numbers. I'm sorry if I'm vexing anyone here. I'm sorry, bro. But please, we need to start putting numbers to the salaries that these guys are earning, bro. Arsenal Football Club is not a charity, yeah? It's a football club, yeah? And you're a fan, brother. I watch your streams, bro. I fuck with you, yeah? See, it's a football club. It's not a charity. If you drop in big numbers, good, no problem. I'm okay with the money. Just drop me numbers. That's all I'm saying. Because we need to win titles. Yeah? Yeah? I've not seen a Premier League title in something years, bro. It's a curse. It's a goddamn curse. Being bantered everywhere. And right here now, we gave someone a contract who I think, oh, good. The number is okay for him. I think it's okay for him based on what he has done for the football club. I hear it. And kid, I hear it. But you have to put in up those numbers. Martin Zubimendi in his first season is getting the same amount of goals that Bukayo Saka is getting this season, bro. It needs to inform you. It's bad. It's bad.
I've let you speak. I didn't interrupt you. I let you have your words. Tony,
I won't interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Tony, I didn't interrupt you. I let you have your words. Okay, but you've said it's not about the numbers, right? It's not about how much he's getting paid. It's about the output. But you've said also for those how much he's getting paid, you want greater output. So it is about the money. That's what I'm asking you. How much do you think Saka is worth? Let's break it down so I can have an understanding. By your metric, if he's on 300k, yeah, you don't think like the output isn't in correlation to what he's earning. How much do you think Saka's worth? How much do you think
If Bukayo Saka is getting 300k in a week, I'm sorry, he shouldn't be putting up just 5 goals. I'm sorry. That's all I would say.
Mind you, he only just got that contract a few days ago, or last week, should I say?
Stricto, can I ask you a question? Look, at the end of the day, I don't give a living fuck what Saka gets paid. It's not my money. It's not your money. It's none of our money.
It is our money.
What, you pay him weekly, are you?
Well, I pay. Where do you think the money comes from?
I know where the money comes from.
Right.
From fans. At the end of the day, you're not paying him personally. I don't give a shit how much he gets paid. All I want is a performance. All I want is consistent performance. And I'm not seeing that right now. That's all I ask. Yeah? We've done this so many times, overpaid players, and they've fallen off a cliff. I hope that it doesn't happen to Saka. Hope it doesn't happen to him.
Listen,
you're actually factually wrong. Your money does not pay the wages. It's the fucking sponsors.
Whatever it does, yeah, a season ticket holder, yeah, merch buyer, all of that contributes.
How much of the merch goes to Arsenal, Stricto?
Say that again.
How much of the percentage of the merch goes to Arsenal?
Well, you tell me.
No, you tell me. You're
the one. I'm telling you, it comes from fans, but you're telling me something else. So you tell me.
5% comes from Adidas.
Okay, is that 0? 5%. 5% is more than 0. So
yeah, it's not great, is it?
No, but it goes into it though, right? So it's not 0%, is it?
Not 0%, no.
Right. So a percentage of that goes. So a percentage of that goes into the wages.
You've got to pay corporation tax on that as well.
I mean, I'm not here to do all your
Stricto, do you care how much he gets a week, Strict?
Personally, I don't care. And personally, if there's any player that deserves it, it's him. And I can't even believe we're sat here talking about Saka in this light. I can't even believe it. This is a guy that has carried, whether you want to argue how far he carried us or where he took us to, the fact remains the guy has carried us by himself at times. The guy has been dedicated left back, dedicated right back, dedicated left wing, right wing, up to the other day and in the 10. He hasn't complained. A player from the academy.
Before I shut up, Stricto, can I force shut up, right? Let me educate you, right?
I don't need your education, bro.
Help yourself. Help yourself.
I don't need your education.
Help yourself, right? Go on to the government website, yeah, gov.com, yeah. Go and look at the Arsenal accounts, and you'll see exactly how much.
Why are we accountants now? Why are we doing accountancy?
We're doing accountants now.
Why are we doing accountancy now? What's going on? I don't know what's going on right now. We're doing accounting. Listen, this is not relevant. By the way, can I just say, none of the attackers performed this
season.
Well,
hang on, mate. If people are making out they're worried about how much he gets paid a week, go and find out the facts.
Well, who's worried about it? I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it. I said I don't give a shit what he gets paid.
So why are we talking about going on Gov? Why are we talking about going on Gov website? I'm not worried about how much he pays. He's paid. All I'm saying is, my season ticket goes into it, and me buying merch goes into it. That's you don't need to be a rocket science to know that. If I didn't buy a season ticket and everyone didn't buy a season ticket or merch, players don't get paid, and they don't, and the club don't buy players.
I'm talking about merch. 5%.
This is greater than 0.
I think. To put it all in perspective, though, let's put it all in perspective. For those that are worried about how much Saka's on 300 grand a week, you got Kai Havertz on 280 grand. He's hardly kicked a ball this season. You got Jesus.
Somebody's here. Someone is listening.
On 208, you got Jesus on 280 grand. So I don't begrudge Saka getting 300 grand. All I want Saka to do is start performing. I want Saka. My question is can he Has he got levels to go up, or has he just plateaued out? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
He's 24.
I'm seeing inconsistent. I'm seeing so much inconsistencies in Saka, and I'm with Kenny. For us to win trophies, not just this season, but in the future, there's a lot of players that need to step up and show consistency.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, I don't understand why we're talking. How we can talk about a 24-year-old plateauing at a certain level. I don't understand how this can actually like be a conversation. I don't think it's a conversation. He's been poor. Yes, he's been poor because we can all agree he's been poor. But to say this is his level and he's plateauing is like, I can't comprehend it.
Ayo, you got to read between.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is though, Stricto? Yeah.
On the manager that has to fall.
Do you know what it is, right? Where
Ayo, let me hang on a minute. Let me just come back on Ayo. How comes he's only scored 4 goals in this season? Then,
wait, guys, wait. Ayo, do you know what it is though, DJ? And I think we're all guys here, right, on this panel. And you either got a younger sibling or you've all been told, when are we gonna grow? When are you gonna grow up? When are you gonna start taking a bit of responsibility? When are you gonna be the man of the house and take that mantle and really show that you can lead a family? When are you gonna be sometimes in life, and we're all guys, so we all know this, right? You have to, things are unfair. And you've just got to grin and bear it, and you've got to step up and take that mantle.
So we all didn't watch Saka the Bernabeu captain us last season.
Okay, right, wait, Ayo, right. But do you know what you do? You keep individualizing and bringing in moments of the season. But wait, Ayo. You keep individualizing because you did it before. You individualize a part of the season or a moment on a game and say, oh, well, this is why he's good. But hold on. In the crunch moments, right? And if you're old enough, you'd know a certain phrase, and it's called squeaky bum time. It's by the famous Sir Alex Ferguson. And in that squeaky bum time, the big players, the players who earn the most, have to rise and make the difference. Now, I'm not sitting here saying I'm on Tony's side. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not sitting here saying you must be getting me X amount of goals. But what you need to do is you need to be the needle mover along with the players that are coming that are meant to be needle movers like the Gyokeres and help us to win. And he hasn't. He's actually been a detriment to the team because he's been quite poor. So, Ayo, what we're saying is when we look and Stricto, I think when we look at the fees that he's paid, all we're asking for is you're on a lot of money. You have to rise and you have to be a certain level. We're not asking for Mo Salah, we're not asking for Henri, but we're asking for something close to a needle mover.
I get it. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, my bro. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm responding to because I got 2 points to respond to. I respond to you. You say he's got 4. I agree. He's been poor. He has definitely been poor this season. But to say he's been plateauing, I can't agree because you're saying I keep going back to past season. But I'm not gonna lie. He's been injured this season. I hear it. But at the same time, last season he showed us something. He came to say when he was on his own, when he had to captain. He said when he has to grow up, he captained the team at the Bernabeu. He came to say last season he carried us on his back. This season, okay, he's been poor.
Okay,
but he can't tell me he's plateauing.
So now what we need to see?
No. I still got more to say. You can't tell me he's plateauing, bro. You can't tell me.
No one said he's plateauing. No one said he's plateauing.
What do you mean? You just said it just now. You just said he's plateauing. Is this his level?
DJB said it. DJB said it.
Wait,
I'm just saying, can he go to the next level?
Ayo, that's a fair
That's
point.
what I'm saying.
That's a fair question because, and again, it's not to say that DJ. I'm literally listening. He's not saying he's plateauing.
He just said it just now.
No wait, Ayo.
Can he go to that world class level?
Ayo, you're not listening.
You're talking more than me, my bro. I'm not gonna lie.
And again, that's showing you. Listen, he's asking the question. Is he plateauing? Because when it gets to those crunch moments, it's very fair to ask, is he plateauing? Because when we get to those crunch moments at the end of the season, he doesn't make us get to the finish line and win. Now, it could be a load of reasons. It could be, and someone said it earlier, we haven't had enough squad rotation, so he's actually basically been suffering and basically having to play through injury. It could be the fact that the tactics, it could be the fact what Tony said, that his game hasn't evolved. It could be a whole host of reasons. But the main thing is he's been part of the team where it has faltered, and he's meant to be the star boy. So when all the glory comes, we all love it. When the flat comes, he has to hold it the same way. So when we ask questions like, is he plateauing? It's a fair question because we haven't won anything.
Still ridiculous. It's still ridiculous.
I think that question.
It's still ridiculous. I'm so sorry. Like when I talk about past game, I'm talking about he's got a past. It's not like I'm talking about 5 years ago. It was just last season. He scored at PSG. He scored at Roma. Exactly what I'm saying. He's captained us in multiple games where he's carried us on his back. You can't tell me because he's been poor this season. He's plateaued. He's found his level. You've seen.
No. You're missing 4 years.
No,
you're
not.
You're literally missing 4 years.
What do you have? Wait, what did you say?
I've just again, because you're not listening. I'm saying
in the
last 4
years.
You've
spoken over me. This is the 5th time you now cut me off. Bro.
In the last 4 years.
No, because you're not listening. You're telling me I'm not listening. You are not listening, bro. Am I bugging? Has he cut me off? Am I bugging, guys? Is he not cut me off like 5 times?
Because you're not listening, brother.
You're telling me I'm not listening, but you're literally not listening, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't make sense. What you're doing isn't making sense. I'm telling you, he's got a pass of clutching up. He's got a pass of clutching up. Yeah, you're telling me he's plateauing. He's been poor this season. Okay, he has been poor this season. I hope you guys have heard me say it. He's been poor. But to say he's found his level when you've seen his level in the past doesn't make sense. You've seen the heights he can get to. But you're telling me this season, has he found his level? We're
gonna move. We're gonna move.
Ayo, he hasn't won any trophies though. Ayo, he hasn't won. Ayo, he hasn't won the Champions League though. He hasn't won the Premier League though. Ayo, it's a big stretch. Ayo, we're taking this to a very big stretch. It's a very big stretch. He hasn't won any trophies for us, brother.
Neither than Mesut Ozil, neither than Alexis Sanchez.
That's what I'm saying.
Why is all of this on his head? I don't understand.
I mean, you're talking of individual games.
Huh?
These are individual games. That's individual glory. We're talking of win collectively as a team. What has Bukayo Saka won for us in the last 3-4 years? That's how we should be checking it, bro. If I had a business, that's how I would run my business in a sustainable way, in a sustainable manner. What rewards have I gotten? Nothing.
It don't make no sense. It don't make sense.
And I don't think it makes sense when you allude to personal, individual games, individual performances from Bukayo Saka. Yeah, we won trophies. Ayo, do you want to win the Premier League like me this season, bro?
Yes.
Please tell me you want to win the Premier League like me, my brother. You want to win the Premier League? Then why aren't you obsessed with the numbers that your players who are high earners, by the way,
everybody's telling me
on your wage book? You don't want them to put numbers. Let's go and win the league. Brother, I want to go, bro. I want to take a trip down to London. I'm also British. I also want to take. I want to take a trip to London and go on that tour, bro. Maybe we could meet. You never know. But I want to win it. I want to win. So you have to start putting these people on a pedestal. If you're earning a certain amount of money, I'm sorry, there has to be some certain kind of output you should be given to the football club. That's all I'm saying. I don't really care about how much you earn. But if you earn that high, man, you should be giving me output, bro. Stricto, if you have a business down in Ghana or down in Nigeria, yeah, and you maybe you employ me, yeah, as your accountant, and I'm not giving you the numbers, I'm not posting up the numbers for you, brother, man. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sack me, bro. Don't pretend you're not gonna sack me. You're gonna sack me off, bro. That's what you're gonna do.
Stricto, last point, and then we're moving, man. Because it's going on for too long.
Season's done already. 24th of February, the season's done. Let's sack off Saka. Let's leave that. 24th of February, the season's done. Let's pack our bags and look forward to next season because this season's finished.
This is the point. To be fair, is that we don't know what Saka's going to do. That was the original question. Do we think that Saka can get better? Do we think Gyokeres can? Eze was another one mentioned. This is what we need to be seeing, man. Let me close on this question because this is the question everyone's been asking. This is a question everyone wants to know. It's not can we win the league. It's are there still concerns about the mentality of these players and the manager? Because a lot of people are saying that we're going to do it. It's going to be fine. It's not going to be an issue. Let's just calm down. And there's another section of the fan base that still have a question mark over whether we can get across the line with this manager and these set of players, man. So what we man.
Oh, Dan, your Wi-Fi's gone again, man.
To close. What are you saying, Jez?
Your internet.
Oh, this Wi-Fi, man. This Wi-Fi is so bad. Jez, if you start with that question, someone's got to help me out here, man. I'm struggling.
Yeah, no, I think right. Look, let's put it right. Yeah, we've thrown a couple of games down the bin, and that's caused us a bit of a panic. I'm not panicking right now. Yes, it's going to go down to the wire. No question about that. It's typical Arsenal. This time of the year, we always do this. We've done it for years. We did it under Wenger. Did it under George Graham. Let's put it right. You know, am I confident we're going to deliver it? To be fair, I think it will happen. Man City have got to win every game. We've got to win every game. Let's get it right. They've got a game in hand on us. But at the end of the day, have we got the mentality is the big question. Now, it was quite funny, wasn't it, the other day when Declan Rice was giving it focus, and then he cocked up. Shit like that happens. It does happen. But it's all going to come down now to mentality. We do not need any key injuries to certain players. We can't lose Declan Rice. I hope Saka can find a little bit more form than he currently has. I don't think he's been great this season. He's done okay. I think there's also been times when he's been selfish. Yeah, okay, I can live with it. Don't like it, I can live with it. If we can get Gyokeres really into his form, I think we'll kick on and win it. The big thing is, what other trophies will we win? The League Cup final will be a massive game, huge game. I don't know. Cup finals are the difficult ones. They're always difficult to predict, you know. Let's not get it wrong. Yeah, 1980, we should have smashed up West Ham. We didn't. We lost. They were in Div 2. We were in Div 1. And Trevor Brooking stepped up. And I've never got over that one. But we're in a good look. Come on, we're in a good form here. We're in a good position. We're top of the league. Yes, Man City. We're 5 points clear. We're top of the Champions League. That is a massive, massive competition for me. And we're in the FA Cup. 5th round, first time since Arteta won the FA Cup. So I'm not going to sit here and be Mr. Negative, because I think at the end of the day, we should win at least one of them, minimum. Personally, I think we could win 2 of them. I honestly believe that. For me, I mean, come on, let's get it right. If we won the Prem and won the Champions League, well, hey, then you've got to turn around. You've got to turn around, and I'll be honest, and I'll have to sit here, right, and eat humble pie and say, if this manager won the Premier League and the Champions League, give him a statue. And I mean that, and I'm being fucking genuine, because no other Arsenal manager has ever won a Champions League. We've been close once. Got cheated. Let's be honest, we were cheated. Kenny, you were at that game. You were there, right? The referee cheated, yeah, and he admitted it 10 years later, the bribery that went on in that game. So at the end of the day, Bring it on, boys. Because the one thing, Dan, right now is we've got to turn around as a football club, yeah, as a fan base and say, you've got to come beat us. If you can beat us, well done. But you haven't done it yet, so come on. Bring it on. Let's see what you can do. I'll leave it there.
Jez, this is literally what I've been saying every time I've jumped on this panel. And everyone has either ripped me to shreds, talking about deluded, strictos flipping, disrespectful. All I've ever said on this panel is, I don't understand why people jump on here. The club is top of the table, finished top of the table in the Champions League, in the final in the League Cup, and 5th round of the FA Cup. When I say that, everyone jumps on me. Oh, well, this manager. And I'm saying, hold on. Yes, we might not have won anything last season, the season before, whatever far back you want to go. And all I've ever said was, everyone get behind the fucking team. We are in a position to either accomplish the greatest Arsenal team ever in the history of this club, or we're in a position where the shit just falls to shit and everyone can say, look, I told you so, I told you so. Personally, I'm not in the business of I told you so. I don't really operate that way. I'm not here to humble no one. I'm not here to shout down no one. But that's all I've ever said is Arsenal fans get behind Arsenal fans, especially the season that we're having so far. When you look at it in a bigger picture, if you zoom out and you can see the whole picture. You can see the trajectory this club is going. You can see the trajectory Mikel Arteta is taking this club to. Now, last night I went to bed around about 1 or 2, and I had Shane's thing come up on my YouTube, and I just went on his YouTube, and all I could see is Arteta is a coward, Arteta this, Arteta that, and all these games he's slating Arteta for are games that Arsenal haven't either won, either be a draw or loss. We've had 3 losses this season. Even games that we haven't performed, it's all Arteta this, Arteta this, Arteta that, Arteta this, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, people can call me an Arteta sexual, but to actually have so much vim and hate for the manager of your current club, I'm not. I'd rather Shane here before I can even say what I'm going to say. So I'm going to save it till he's here. Yeah. But to have all these vim for what we're doing right now, to me, it does not make any sense to me. I understand if Arsenal sit in 5th, been knocked out of the FA Cup, aren't showing any progression. Fair enough. But to carry an agenda, and I call it out. I don't care who gets vexed. I call it out. I don't care who gets vexed. There's an agenda going on the manager, 100%. 100%. Because when Arsenal do well on Shane's page, you don't see anything to say, oh, well done, Arteta, you got it right. But when it's a draw or a loss, get this coward out. I'm tired of it. It's boring. It's boring. Like it's where's the nuance? There's no nuance in that. It's just either black or white. If Arsenal win, it's because of the players. If Arsenal lose, it's down to Arteta. If Arsenal draw, it's down to Arteta. This is the current manager of the club. This is the manager that has overseen Arsenal beat our North London rivals 5 in a row. This is the same manager that has kept us challenging. And yes, I know challenging ain't enough. Cool. But that's what we wanted when we was fighting for top 4 and top 5. That's what we wanted. Now we're trying to get to the next level. And everyone still has an issue with it because they don't like the manager. I never liked the manager. When he came in. There's no secret. You can go on YouTube and type in "strict to Arteta out." You see it. The videos are there. But the difference with me is once I see your progression, once I see things have changed, I'm allowed to change my mind. And I've changed my mind. And I'm backing the manager until I can't no more. But I'm not scared of being called a flip-flop. A lot of people here are scared of being called a flip-flop. You can call me a flip-flop all you'd like. I've got one here. Well, I'm even wearing it here. Yeah, call me. It doesn't get to me because how I like to see it. I like to live my life glass half full than glass half empty. Yeah, it makes life a lot easier for me. If you want to run yours glass half empty, cool. That's on you. But I'm just getting fed up with it now. But you've just said all I've been saying. People narrow down. But he hasn't won anything in 6 years. He hasn't won anything in 4 years. People conveniently narrow down the numbers to prove their agenda.
Doesn't mean
I
I'm
don't get.
supporting
Oh,
him,
he hasn't won it with his team.
Stricto, it doesn't mean I'm supporting him right now. What I'm saying is I believe in the team. I'm not
Who runs the team?
I'm not believe. Look, right. We've had some terrible managers over the years since I've watched this club. I've always supported the team. Whatever 11 walk on that park, I'll support them. Right. And if they're shit, I'll call them they're shit. Yeah. And it's not just under this manager. I've done it under Wenger. I've done it under George Graham. I've done it under Bertie Mee. Right. And I've said, you're shit. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you right here, right now, is if this manager gets this over the line and wins the Premier League, right, and if he went on to win the Champions League, then I'll say, Jez, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know nothing about football. Because at the end of the day, he's done the business, and I'll say fair play. But before somebody else jumps in, if he wins nothing this season, he has to go. Simple. He has to go.
Stricto. I'm sorry. You talked about Shane. Yeah. See, I know Shane. I've worked with Shane. I think Shane is a nice guy. Stricto. We as Arsenal fans, we cannot shape other people's opinion. Yeah, we can't shape other people's opinion forcefully. It has to be, what they feel and how they feel. Stricto, I've been through serious traumatic experiences seeing Arsenal not win a goddamn trophy all these years. No one would tell me how I feel. I know how I feel. So if Shane is actually responding in that way, that's his response to years of failure, to years of not winning a trophy, bro. Yeah, you have a different threshold of how you could hold stuff. Maybe you're more mature in that. Good, no problem. Yeah, but we can tell other fans, how they should feel and how to shape their own opinions. When they listen to you, they could shape their own opinions via what they hear from you. Good, it's not a problem. But you can't do it forcefully, bro. Shane, that is just a response for how long we've been complete garbage. To be sincere with you, bro, 20-something years and we've not won a Premier League, bro. See, Stricto, I know you. See, bro, you might take this the other way, but this is the truth. People think differently. You think differently. I respect you. You think in your own way. I watch your shows. You think in a different way. Shane, I go to his channel. I watch his channel. Jez, a big idol of mine. Dan Potts, big idol of mine. Kenny, big idol of mine. I've been watching all these people. It shapes my opinion, to be what I want to be. So if I take from Kenny's opinion, oh, okay, I like it. Good. Hey, Jez's opinion is not my kind of opinion. Then don't consume it. That's all I would just say. People have different thresholds to how they keep anger and stuff. That's all I would say about that. Talking about the Premier League, I think we'll win the Premier League this season. How about that? We'll win the Premier League this season.
You're 100% right. I can't tell no one how to support the club. That's not, you're mistaking what I'm saying to you here. And back to your question is you can't force people. Everyone has their opinion. But there's a difference when you have an opinion and someone wants to call you names because of your opinion. I've never done that. Yeah. I've had someone like Northside call my mother a bitch. Yeah. Call my mother a bitch. Felipe da puta means son of a bitch. Let's get it right. Yeah. We've all heard him say that multiple times. He's never met me personally. He's attacked me because of my footballing opinion. Yeah. That's one. Another one is, if you don't support what they're saying, they call you deluded, they call you clowns, or they say, it's because of fans like you, the club isn't going anywhere. As if I play for the Arsenal. As if I am a footballer. As if I have any input with the management. So no, you're wrong when you say you can't force your opinion on people, because the same people will call you names or will have an insult for you when you're not aligning with their agenda. He was on a panel before. He said stuff. He said stuff, but I would rather he was on here so I can pick him on that. But my observation is going on his channel, which is a fair observation. If you go on his channel now, you will see every time Arsenal do bad, it's get Arteta out. This guy's like, it's all like, it's an opinion, it's his opinion, but in my opinion, that is way over football now. Like it's, we saw the other day Arteta refusing to put his window down because a fan was like, bro, you don't even know who's gonna cause harm to you, to who's a fan. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't really know the difference. We get on these panel shows and we think it's just us and the comments, but players actually watch this, management watch this. And if you're reading comments that are saying this guy's like I'm sure someone said they was gonna shoot Arteta the other day, which was mad. Shooting for what? You're telling me about opinions on football. Man want to put a man under in a box. What are we talking about here? So I don't want to hear no one talk me about opinions, because now when people's opinions are not agreed, people go extreme with it. So I don't want to hear that. I haven't done that to no one yet. I have not once done that to no one. If anything I've done on this channel is anyone who has disrespected me, I've stood up for myself. You can look at any video that I've been on. I will never disrespect no one first. If I feel disrespected or you disrespect me, I'll give it back to you. At the end of the day, it's online. It's not gonna amount to nothing offline. I'm not gonna come out and punch you, whatever in it. But all I've ever said is, all right, if you feel that way, show me when you see me. Show me if you see. That's all I've ever said. But again, it's back to opinions. People like to say what they want to say, but then once you disagree with their opinions, then it's X, Y, and Z, which is it. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, it is what it is. People take it how they want, bro.
Yeah, man. Look, people always we all want Arsenal to win, but we see it differently in how we get there, right? What I want to know is what's different this season. Why are we getting across the line, man? That's how we want to close, so anyone can come in because my Wi-Fi is so bad.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry. You haven't spoken for a while. Yeah, sorry.
No, sorry, bro. I disagree with you see about it. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen, first of all, the whole we're top of the league with this and that. We should have been clear time ago. We should have been clear. Like, what if you get how many points you've dropped this season? Because and how many times City have dropped off and we should have collected points, and how many times Saka should have dropped off and we collected points? We should have been clear. We're forgetting that. I don't know how. We're looking at the positives, but the negatives to me outweigh the positives because of the football we've been forced to watch. We're winning games, but the football we've been forced to watch has been dire. I'm not gonna lie, it's been poor. It's not entertaining to watch. Of course, we're getting points, but to me, it's like, what am I getting from this? I don't know. It's not worth it to me. And then when I see us drop points, it's like the football is not worth it. When we win games, it's not worth it. When we drop points, it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't really understand. I don't see the whole we're top of the league. We can do this. We can do that. Like, I don't know. I don't trust this team. I don't, because we just beat Tottenham. They're dead. Tottenham are whack. We beat Tottenham before, and Eze didn't score until he hasn't scored since. You get what I'm saying? These guys haven't scored since. I don't think the manager. I think I don't trust this manager to actually, for real, take off the handbrakes. I don't think he knows how to actually do that. You get what I'm saying? You'll see him do it in the FA Cup against a dead championship side of Wigan or a Preston or something like that. But you won't see him do it. You won't see him play Eze in the left day in the Premier League game. These type of games that when he need a goal, when he needs to go and attack them, we'll be playing Declan Rice and Mendy. By the way, I hate that pivot sometimes, but I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. I can't stand watching it. It's horrible to watch sometimes. You got two DMs rotating in the same position. It don't make sense. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it works. I won't lie to you. I'm not gonna say it hasn't worked this season, but when you're playing teams like Wolves, you don't need it. You don't need two DMs. You don't need it. Put Eze there. That's what I'm saying. I don't trust this manager to really take off the handbrake when we really need him to. I don't.
I don't think it's a handbrake. I don't think it's a handbrake issue. I think if you look at the 22-23 season, yeah, we were scoring so many goals. We were so fluid in attack. We had a balance of attacking and defense, right? However, that did not profit. That didn't get us nowhere. And I know the football, I agree with you, bro. I personally don't enjoy the football. But what I do enjoy is winning games and getting 3 points. Fuck any other metric. 3 points, give me that. You lot can look at stats all you like. I'm just about the 3 points. At the end of the day, is this football nice to watch? No, it's not. It's not nice to watch. However, is it effective? It is, because for some reason.
No, but when it's not, sorry to cut you off, bro. But when it's not nice to watch and you're also dropping points, bro, against guys like Wolves. You're going to say we're dropping points against Wolves, we're dropping points against Brentford, we're dropping points. These type of games here, when the football's not nice and you're not getting points, bro, it don't, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But those are isolated games. 1, 2, 3 games, yeah. Over the course of the season.
3 wins in 8.
Over the course of the season, whether it's 3 wins, and that's what I'm saying about the stats. Whether it's course of the season, I look at the table, my team is 5 points clear. Football's dire.
It should be more. It should be more. It should be a lot more.
It should be more, but it's 5 points clear. Over the course of the season, you could. I watched that Wolves game. Go on my channel and see how I feel. But my head was in Jupiter, bro. My head was in Jupiter. I watched the Brentford game. My head was in Jupiter. The Liverpool game, whatever game. However, when I look at it and I say, all right, cool. I'm not enjoying it, but it's effective because for whatever reason, we are top of the table. So I'm going to stick with this because the last one of being fluid didn't get us nowhere. People still banter us. Second ole. That didn't get us nowhere. So when I hear people say, oh, well, you know, the football is... But all right, you can all admit it's effective to a point because it's taking us top of the table and a jab clear of City. Whether you like to admit or not. And those are just the facts.
But the handbrake, but in these games, right? In the crucial games, we're gonna have a lot of crucial games. It's not every game is a big game now because I'm not gonna lie, every team's gonna play a low block against. And when he needs to actually activate a low block, do you trust Arteta to start with a lineup that will go out there and attack them? I generally see him playing Declan Rice and Zubimendi for every single game. It don't matter for me. I don't think it matters to him. As long as we're defensively solid, I don't think he cares how we attack. I don't think he does. Which is why
we're gonna have to wait to the end of the season, Ayo. We're gonna have to wait to the end of the season.
Our attack has been poor this whole season. It's been poor. We just discussed Saka for like 25 minutes. You get to say, but the whole attack has been dead.
We scored the same amount of goals. We've scored 56 goals along with City. As poor as the attack has been, it's been 56 goals. It's been a lot of own goals. It's been a lot of like set pieces. Cool, yeah. But I don't give a fuck. I actually don't give a fuck. If we win the league being by an own goal, I will celebrate it the same way if we won by a goal scored from 40 yards. I don't give a fuck.
I know. We're on the same page with that, bro. We're on the same page. If we win the league, cool. But I'm just saying, if we don't, not just if we don't, but like in the crucial games where we need to score something other than a set piece, do you trust Arteta to really take off the handbrake? Which is my question. Will he really take the handbrake like he said before?
Ayo. Defeats all season, Ayo. 3 defeats all season in all competition. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I don't quite understand.
You know, it is, guys. Though I think what it is that I can see where you're both coming from, but when you think about it, we have been fallible. We don't want a situation where dropping these points will cost us because it's still how many points? So it's still 13 points out of 24. It's not great, but the problem is that it's about the next 10 fixtures where what we're seeing is we fluctuate. We go from one extreme to another. You know, we want to make sure that Spurs is not a false dawn. I don't know if you've done. I was late for the show, but Spurs shouldn't be the barometer. They're very poor, but we did what we had to do. It's now about Chelsea, and Brighton. Those are the games. I do think that mentality and the management mentality, I think our biggest Achilles heel is going to be our fitness to our key players in terms of we still got players who are not 100% at their best and they're playing teams that are live. Chelsea's got a live team. Then you got Brighton and then it gets into the nitty gritty. That's why I do think that I'll take the league above anything else. Yes, I understand everything about you guys wanting the Champions League because we haven't got a star. I only care about the league because I think concentrating and trying to go for the quadruple will impact us in the league because I think we haven't got the fitness, the player fitness to go for the all 4. And I think the Champions League as well, as much as I understand you want to win it, if we don't win this league, I'll be absolutely devastated because I can actually envision us winning it. But on the downside, there are scars. We have been there before. 23-24, I thought we'd win it. We didn't. And it's one of the things. It's going to go down to the wire, and you're either going to enjoy it or you're going to have heart attacks, or both. But I'll tell you one thing right now: every single one of you guys, especially you guys who do content creation, you'll never get over this if we don't win this league. I'm not trying to be
me
doom.
especially, bro. Me
It hurt
especially.
you so badly that all your podcasts will be your best, have no life whatsoever. You'll be shadows of yourself. That's why I understand the infighting between all of us, because we want it so badly. We're desperate.
I think. Listen, I think we've missed opportunities. Let's be honest, we've missed opportunities to make our life easier. We are 5 points clear, but we have missed big opportunities to make our life easier. If we'd have taken care of business, we wouldn't be worrying about Man City. We wouldn't be worrying about a lot of things. So there is situations where we have been found out. At home against Liverpool, 10-man at Chelsea, Sunderland game, Brentford, Wolves 2-0 up. 2-0 up. Wolves were on 9 points all season, and we're 2-0 up, and we 2-2. You know, they're red flags. Don't matter what side you're batting on, they're red flags to me. So what could we do against Spurs? What was Spurs going to offer? Spurs offered nothing. They was the Premiership version of when we played Wigan. I'm sorry. They didn't offer nothing. So we battered them. We wasn't really tested. So players had a nice little stroll around, if you like. The problem I've got, and Kenny alluded to it, is when we're put under pressure, like Wolves did in the second half, Brentford did in the second half, and we're looking at certain key players to step up and dig in. They didn't seem to have the energy to do that. And then when I looked at Man City, you had Foden coming on fresh. You had O'Reilly playing on the left, Semenyo in the middle, and they looked full of life, full of energy against a Newcastle side that put them under pressure in the second half. And they still went on the attack. They still looked as if they could still score at any time. When we're under pressure, we never look like that. We look as if we're kind of running on empty. And that's the only thing that I worry about getting across the line, is as the players got that energy to actually, when we're under pressure, to actually get us over the line. And then I look at then obviously you look at Arteta, because that's what you have to look towards too, because he's the manager of a football club. And whether you like it or not, we all have got a bit of PTSD because he hasn't got us over there in previous years. And then you look at him and you go, well, what are you going to do to change it? And then I worry that he's going to drop Eze and bring Odegaard back into the team. I worry that he's going to make silly decisions. And that is just a normal, conscious thing that you're going to worry about. So I still think it's wide open. I still don't know. I can't put my hand on my heart and say we're definitely going to win the league, because we've made hard work of it. And now City have a game in hand. Remember, people are forgetting that. And we also have got to go to the Etihad, and people are forgetting that. So, you know, I'm just a little bit open-minded about it. I know it's an old cliche, but I'm just taking every day as it comes. I can't really predict the Chelsea game. I think that's going to be a real hard game. I've said it'll be a draw. And it's just a matter of what City does. But let's be honest, if we're taking care of business, we shouldn't be worried about what City are doing. We should be sitting here going, right, okay, we've drawn against Chelsea, but we're 9 points clear, you know? And the fact that we haven't done that is worrying, and you're going to worry. I can't call it. All I'm looking at Declan Rice has lost a little bit of form lately. Timber's playing a shadow of himself. And these are the sort of players that I'm looking towards to try and get us over the line. And they look tired. They do look as if they're on their last legs. So we'll have to wait and see, Dan. We'll have to wait and see.
We will, man. We will. And let's take it game by game.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, DJ. See, you talked about fatigue. See, everyone is under pressure in this league. Even Manchester City are under tremendous pressure. Yeah, we can talk about, you know, how they seem to score.
Sorry, Tony.
Sorry to cut in.
He's rotated key players at the right time. You look at Rice. Foden looks a lot fresh. Rodri's starting to come back and looking a lot fresher than Declan Rice. Declan Rice is looking really, really tired now. Timber, he's gone backwards.
Declan Rice has been playing since the start of the season. Rodri just started playing. Rodri just started getting lots of games now. Yeah, so he should be fresh naturally. He just started getting games. But again, it doesn't really mean that, okay, look at Foden. Phil Foden. How many goals has he scored this season? He's been poor by standard this season. Yeah. Again, that's due to the new players that City have been able to acquire this season. Again, I still think that the City team is still under a project, to be very sincere with you. They've had lots of their main players who won these league titles for them already shipped out. Kevin De Bruyne is no more there. Mahrez, who will conjure magic for them out of nothing, is nowhere to be found. He's not there. Bernardo Silva looks out of rhythm too. I've seen Kusanov, the central defender, collapse in a game this season, and it was taken out. So fatigue is there.
This team that's fallen off are only 5 points behind us with a game in end. So,
I mean, I hear it. I hear it, but I still think we're still front runners to win this title. I think we're still big front run to win it. Everyone is under pressure. I still think City will drop points. City will still drop points. There is no run. Forget about the run. There is no run. City will drop points. Arsenal will still drop points. I still think City will drop points against Everton. That's a big, tasty game. I think they drop points against them. I think they drop points against Aston Villa on the final day of the season. These games, are very, very, very hotly contested games. Arsenal too also have. But again, if you look at City this season, at every instance, Arsenal have dropped points this season, and we've given a chance to City to actually gazump us. They've not done that. So critically, when you're looking at it, City is also lacking this season. They lack the consistency to boast right now that this would be another season where they would just come and just gazump Arsenal. It's not like before. The professionals are no more there. It's a project team right now, and they're just trying to, assemble the warriors together. Maybe next season, yes, but this season, no. That's a teaming project. Let's see what happens. I think Arsenal win multiple trophies this season. I think we'll win the Carabao Cup, and that'll spur us on to go, and win some certain amount of games. I think Arsenal still drop points in the run-in. I think we'll still drop points. So will City drop points. So will Aston Villa drop more points. I think Arsenal wins it.
I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. I'm going to come to a close, guys, because my Wi-Fi is dying really badly. So I hope you can hear me. But big up to everyone that's been here. It's been a great show. I've really enjoyed it. It's been great debate. And although it's got heated, it has been good. And big up to all of you that's still in the house. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you're following Kenny Ken. Make sure you're following Jez. Make sure you're following DJB. And, of course, make sure you're following Tony Claude and AO. Thank you both for coming on as well. It's been good to change up the panel tonight. I've really appreciated you guys. So thank you so much. And make sure you're following OK Jersey. Code is 12 man. Hopefully you can still hear me. We're going to send you over to Lee Gunner. And we're out of here, people. Laters. Big up to everyone.
Big up, everyone. Big up.
Big up, everyone. Peace.